Hey guys, what's up? It's Dave, and the next video is not a Disney video. It is from one of our sponsors that we're working with, and Disney videos will continue after this video. So just heads up, thank you to PawBehave for sending the product out, and on with the video. Okay, so here's Finny. Oh, they're all looking. All right, y'all, excuse the clutter, but I have to cover my address. We got something from PawBehave, and what I want to show you guys is what they sent me to check out. So let's open this up. By the way, excuse the mess. Jaden's moving out to college this week. Pet behavior corrector. So New Ally Pets sent this to me because they reached out to me. They reached out to me and they were like, hey, we have this pet corrector. It's not aggressive. I know that there's some stuff like shock collars and stuff. This is not like that. So we have 3 dogs, and one of the biggest problems that we have with the dogs is that they like to bark whenever someone's at the door. Like excessively bark. Not just like bark, 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 hey guys, it's okay. They'll just keep on barking. And then when someone comes in, a couple of the dogs, usually Ferb, will just keep barking. And we're just like, dude, it's okay, we know them. So we want to kind of tame that down, especially when we tell them to stop barking because we've answered the door and we don't want them to keep barking at whoever's there. So I know it's like a dog instinct thing, but we want to see if that works. And so when they said, hey, we'll send this out to you, I was like, all right, cool. Let me see if it works. So we're going to try this out when someone comes to the door and see how this works. I'm going to go through all the settings too to see what's all on this, because there's quite a few things available. It's not just like one button and there's a frequency. I think there's like multiple frequencies on this. And so we'll get into all the nitty-gritty details about this product and then let you know if this is something that's worth its weight to help guide your dogs in a better direction. All right, upon opening this, the packaging is really nice, which I really don't see that in, most dog related products. Are usually just in a bag or a box. This is actually nice. Looks like they have a extended warranty. If you scan this, you can get the extended warranty, a money back 60-day guarantee, 24/7, 6-month warranty when you first buy it. So yeah, you should scan the QR code and get an extra 18-month warranty. So there's also instruction manual. We'll be going through this because I have never used one of these, and I'm sure there is different settings for different purposes is what I'm guessing. We'll find out though. But like just first reactions, initial reactions, it's small. It is tiny. It's contoured to the hand. That's nice. And yeah, this is actually, it feels nice. There is a bit of weight to it. It's not like heavy by any means, but it's not so light that you feel like you're gonna squeeze it and crack it. Like there's a nice hefty weight to it, which I'm assuming that it's probably due because I think there's speakers right here because of the frequencies that it emits. And then there's a nice little strap that you can put. Where's the strap go? Oh, yeah, right here. They're on the edge. So you can put that strap, carry it around with you. I'm guessing probably if you're on a walking your dogs and you're trying to get them to behave on walks, that's probably a good thing to put that strap on there so you don't drop this. And yeah, let's get into it. Just looking at the overall details on this, it looks like there is some different functionality up here on the front. That I'm not sure what it is. That's a button, a flashlight button, and that looks like some type of noise right there. This, I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to look. Oh, I bet that is an LED. We'll find out here in a second. By the way, this is just all first impressions. Like I have not looked at any of the details, so I just want y'all to kind of experience what it's like when you get this and you have like no knowledge on what this really does or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna get into the details so that way you have all the knowledge that you need to make a decision if this is something that you need or want, or maybe need and want. Here's the diagram. So USB-C charging, that's very nice because almost everything I have is now USB-C charging. So one charging cord for everything is amazing. I'm happy about that. This looks like it's a lock button over, no, that's the power button. Sorry, it looks like the diagram might be, oh no, it's the right way. I'm backwards, the diagram is right. So power button, this is a lock button to lock the buttons. Then we also have flashlight, strobe button. We have the e-whistle button. We have the ultrasonic button, and then yeah, this is a screen display, and then you have the volume buttons right here. This on the front right here is the ultrasonic generator, and I'm looking for, I guess these might not be anything because I don't see the diagram that says what those are. So maybe it's just to look cool. I don't know. But yeah, you have the ultrasonic mode, flashlight mode, strobe mode, e-whistle mode, and then I'm looking over here on this side. You have customer support number. You also have an email address, warranty info, tech specs. And then, oh, look, this is exactly what I was, can this be used to correct barking? Yes, the device can help deter excessive barking, but it may not completely eliminate it. So I just want a little reprieve of barking. So I'm fine with just a little less barking, maybe not eliminating it, because I do want to know when people are at the door. So I want them to keep a little bark, but not a lot of bark. So, and just looking over the other side of this really quickly, it has a product overview, basically what I just read on the back. Gives you some safety precautions, like don't point this at your dog's ears or their eyes and make them go deaf or blind. Avoid strobe lights around individuals because, yeah, that can make you sick, and especially around people that have epilepsy. You don't want to cause anything crazy. It's not waterproof. Don't give it to your kid as a toy, especially if you have a kid that's walking around and your dog's getting upset with them. And then use responsibly around other pets. So, you know, it's going to affect all the animals in your household. So if you're trying to single out one, maybe you have to put the other two outside. And then it even has training guidelines that talks about, you know, adjusting the frequencies, because there might be one frequency that works best for your dog. Maybe not all the frequencies will work. And then even general use about, you know, how to use this product in conjunction with other methods like, you know, the good boy, here's a treat, that type of thing. So it's not like this is going to take care of it all. They want you to use this with other methods of trying to get your dog to behave and change behaviors and stuff. But all right, cool. I'm going to charge this up, and then it says that it takes, I think, 2 hours. Where did I see that at? Yeah, charging can take approximately 2 hours. I'm going to charge this up. That'll give me enough time before the kids get home, and usually they will bark whenever anyone is at the door. Most of the time, that includes the kids and Molly. Sometimes they know when it's the family, gets at the dog sense, but there's a lot of times where they just bark because they hear something outside. So that's what I want to kind of curb. I really want to use this when we have like the mailman or someone like that comes to the door where they just keep barking and barking, because that's when it gets like super excessive. So I'm going to charge this baby up, and then we will use it, see which frequency works the best. Like we have 3 dogs, so I don't know if like, is there one frequency that's going to work on all of them? Or is it going to be like, oh, let me go to frequency 3 for Perry, frequency 10 for the other dog. So we'll see how that works, because we do have 3 dogs. 2 of them are brothers. One's totally different breed, so that might affect things. So we'll try it out, but I'm going to charge it real quick. All right, y'all, it is charged. And here's a flashlight. That's a pretty, let's see. Not a super bright flashlight, but, you know, it is lit up in the house. And it's not really meant to be just a flashlight. So, oh, that's the frequency. That adds sound. Okay, let's turn the flashlight off. What I want to do is just, I want to see the dog's like initial reaction to this. Okay, so here's Finny. Oh, they're all looking. Oh. It's definitely something that gets their attention. Okay, it's actually maybe getting them a little too excited. That's number 5. Okay, we're gonna have to try the rest later. So I just wanted to see if the frequencies were something that the dogs would react to, and they definitely, yeah. You can see the Ferb over there is definitely like putting his head to the side, so he's hearing something. So I think it's gonna be one of those things where whenever you have it on, or whenever the dogs are barking, you turn it on and it's like a distraction to say like, hey, look at this, listen to this. And maybe that's what keeps them from barking. And I don't think it's gonna be a one and done thing. I think it's gonna be one of those things that over the course of, you know, a few weeks, a week or whatever, you keep using this to kind of say, hey, you're barking, beep, and then they get distracted and they stop. So it's like one of those behavioral change type of things. I'm not a pro by any means on dog behavior. My dogs are pretty well behaved. The only things we have the issues with are the excessive barking. Other than that, they're pretty good. They listen pretty well. They don't even go in the kitchen because we've told them not to go into the kitchen. So if this works for the excessive barking, my dogs will be perfect. All right, guys, it's another day, and I've used this once to check on the dog, well, to try to thwart the dogs from their barking, and it kind of just gets their attention. It doesn't seem to, like, you know, cause them pain or anything like that, which it shouldn't. It's a good thing. But we have sorry for the mess down here too. We've been moving Jaden out to college, so it's kind of a wreck down here. But we're having new internet put in today. Oh, I thought that was him. And I want to see. Yeah, this is interesting. It gets my attention. We're gonna have the new internet put in today, and internet guy's gonna come knock on the door. I want to use this and see if this. Oh, actually, it's already affecting them. Like one of them was kind of like. But I want to find the right setting. Okay, we're gonna leave it at 8 then. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. So I turned it off. Power button's on the side. I'm gonna leave it at 8, and when the internet guy gets here, knocks on the door, and they start their barking, I'm gonna turn this on and see if I turn it on and say like no barking. You know, the combination is what is supposed to like work. The combination of this being like a distraction and then telling them no barking because they understand no. Hopefully over time, I'm not expecting it to be like, oh my gosh, it worked. But I hope that it's like the beginning of them understanding, hey, this is what this means. I say no barking, you hear this noise? No, no, no. There's the truck, I see it now. Okay, let me get ready. Hey, no, 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 no barking. Nope, nope, no, no, hush. All right, our new internet is up, and dogs, it was okay. I was impressed that the dogs barked. They even continued to bark a little bit, but it was not as excessive as they usually do. Like there was the distraction, and I think it's the beginning of something beautiful. All right, y'all, it's very dark. This is, here's the flashlight. It's not too bad. Definitely not too bright. I think this is a good nighttime flashlight for sure. So, but yeah, I wanted to show every feature on this. So here you go. There's a flashlight function. Let's go talk about this real quick. All right, y'all, so here's my final thoughts. We've had this PawBehave pet. I don't know what you would call it. I forgot the official name for it. But anyways, we've had this PawBehave pet behavioral device for about maybe 3-4 weeks now. And I have noticed a difference, the beginning of a difference with the dogs whenever I use it. The main problem that I have is like consistency for me to use it. So what I've started doing is that I've kept it in the front of the house by the door. So that way I'm not looking for it, or if the doorbell rings, I'm not running to the office to go and grab it. So you gotta be consistent when you're trying to help your dogs out, help your animals out. So I keep it there at the front. I'll turn it on. The frequencies that my dogs respond to are like from 8 through 10. I've noticed those are a little higher pitched, and that's really the main thing. You got to be consistent. You can't think that this is like a cure-all type of device. Like it's not like you zap your dogs with it and they quit barking. It's one of those things where you turn it on, you find the frequency that your dog responds to, and it's more of like it breaks the cycle a little bit, where it kind of makes them to respond to something else. Instead of responding to the person coming into the front door or to the doorbell ringing, you're trying to break that attention that they're given to that to focus on something else, and to really kind of focus on you, to bring their attention back to you when you tell them no. So I've noticed when we use it that way, and we use it with commands saying no barking, and we're consistent with it, that they respond a lot better, that they learn a lot more from it, and that it's starting to work. So I would recommend something like this. This has been very, very intriguing, because usually the way that I deal with dogs is just to be like, hey, be quiet, no, sit down, that type of thing. And they do pretty good, but this I feel has helped us, at least with the barking. I haven't really used it on anything else. I would like to see it used for like dogs that go to areas where they shouldn't, stuff like that. But our dogs are already pretty good about like not going into the kitchen and things like that. So I think if you have the right attitude, you don't treat this as it's going to cure everything and your dog's going to be angels, then it's something worth purchasing, something worth looking into. But you have to put the work into it as well. So that's my thoughts on it. If you're interested in this, there's going to be a link in the description that you can go and purchase it yourself. Of course, it's an affiliate link, as all my links are. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help out the channel. We get a little commission off of it. But yeah, this is totally worth it if you're willing to put the work in with it as well. So anyways, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks to PawBehave for sending this out to me. And I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, bye.